Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Valoria is open. Three-pointer. Oh, my goodness! He's a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Oh, just posterized by
We're back here at the Astrodome in Pasay City. This is the Marikina Pilipinas Basketball League Season 7, and we have the second of our 3 games ngayong Huwebes, regular season game that could have huge implications para dito sa Cebu Greats. June Manzo and the rest of the Cebuano crew trying to inch closer to sa play-in position. No, naghahabol nga sila doon. No, after a struggle in the first part of the season, Cebu, no, things are looking up for them. They take on a Marikina team that is also mired in a 4-game slump, and Cebu trying to continue that big win after that big win against Gensan last Saturday. Javi Palanya ang kasama natin, and si Dev Tupas, syempre kasama din natin si Andrea Indicio. Javi, big win para sa Cebu last game. Ano nakikita mo moving forward na madadala nila sa game na to?
It was a nice way for them to bounce back from a loss against the Cowboys dun sa kanilang huling laro heading into that game. And right now, actually, that was a very big confidence-boosting performance para sa kanila because it came at the expense of a team in the Southern Division and a team that is very good as well in the Gensan Warriors who have been playing well as of late. So for them, it's a way to remind themselves that they can still compete with the best and they can still have what it takes to be able to try and get a spot in the top 8 at the end of our regular season.
Magandang gabi din sa mga nanonood sa atin sa YouTube, and we are live on Solar Sports right now. And syempre, itong Marikina, it is a team that you cannot overlook because it's a team that competes hard. No, hindi man ganun kalakas. No, they don't have a lot of star power in their roster, but itong team na to, historically speaking, they give other teams a hard time. Deo Timajo right now is one of their main guys, and he was not the main guy a few seasons ago, but now he's taken the mantle, but he struggled in the last game kasama ni Jacob Ubaldo. But every season every season may player na nagsi-step up dito for Marikina.
Yeah, first time he wasn't able to score in double figures in a short stint with Marikina. He's already played 5 games with them and he's averaged close to 18 points per ball game, but really struggled in that game together with Ubaldo. Timajo only shot 1 for 9 from the field, and those were the couple of things that really helped them, or rather not helped them, get a victory in that last game of theirs.
No, sa kabilang panig naman, wow, what a game that was. No, Cebu against Gensan, and the late fireworks were provided by a guy named June Manzo. We're all familiar with June Manzo, of course. My partner here, he star yan nung days na with the University of the Philippines fighting Maroons, and this was, I don't want to say this was a vintage June Manzo performance, but it was really the June Manzo that everyone knows he's capable of.
Well, he's coming into his own again here, playing for his hometown squad. I think the transfer here to Cebu was really beneficial para sa kanya. He rediscovered who he was once again with this team, and you see it in the numbers, only averaging 7.6 points per game with Mindoro. Although he seemed that he was very comfortable in that team, he's much more comfortable here playing for Cebu. He's scoring, he's dishing out, he's facilitating, and he's leading para sa kanyang hometown squad.
Oh, and I think the understanding that most of them, almost all of the squad are Cebuanos. So malaking bagay yon sa comfort level ni June Manzo sa paglalaro dito for the Cebu Greats. Marikina against Cebu. Let's go to Richard Tampos for the starting lineups.
Small forward number 8, Deo Timajo. 2 guard number 22, R.R. Casajeros. At forward number 34, Jacob Ubaldo. Point guard number 77, Jetro Escoto. The Shoemasters is led by Angelo Nebres. Assistant coaches, Joseph Ochada, John Paul Basilan, and Fernando Bunag. Assistant team managers AJC and Monroe Quesson. Team manager Doc Rianji Pio Quinto. The team owner is Honorable Councilor Elvis Tolentino. And here's for Cebu Greats. Forward number 42, Leon Martel. Playing center number 19, Ken Humkibist. Two guard number 18, Paul Desiderio. Forward number 13, Mark Meneses. At guard number 11, Mac Talio. Cebu Greats head coach is the hitman, Junti Valenzuela. Assistant coaches, Ronje Enrile, Corby Concepcion, Cebuano Hotshot, Don Hontiveros. Team manager, John Santos. Team representative, Samson Lato. Presbyterian ball game, our crew chief, Mike Kinay. With the
35
JR
is brought to you by
Francisco
1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Marikina has Jetro Escoto, RR Casajeros, Carl Peñano, Deo Timajo, and Jacob Obaldo. Cebu naman, Mac Talio, Paul Desiderio, Ken Hofvist, Lian Martel, and the reigning player of the week. I think it's his first time to get the honor, Mark Meneses. Ang ating officiating crew, Mike Kinay, JR Francisco, and Ray Gabriel. Richard Carpio is a substitute referee.
What a game that Mark Meneses had against Jensen. It was so hard not to give that player of the game honors to him and player of the week.
Even with a late explosion by June Manzo, no?
It just had to be him. I mean, his numbers were quite astronomical sa laro na yun against Jensen. 23 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Ibang klase yun. No, and the intensity right at the end, that game, hindi, ano yun ha, that was not an easy, that felt like a playoff game actually.
Yeah, it did. It could be actually a preview of a playoff matchup.
Oh, Paul Desiderio opens the scoring. Nakakantsawan ako nito eh kasi ang ano daw eh, yung floating niya binilang ko daw eh. Yung last game eh. Kung ilang seconds siya nag-umere eh. Ngayon umiere ka agad eh oh, 4 agad para kay Paul Desiderio.
That was the primary reason there, Sedelf, and he did want to make up for a relatively lackluster performance in his standards doon sa kanilang huling laro. He only scored 4 points and went just 2 out of 10 from the field. Right now, he's had all of the 4 points of Cebu to begin this game.
Lian Martel with the rebound. Cebu looking sharp at the moment. Desiderio for 3. Got it! Wow. 7-0 run to open the game. All coming from Paul Desiderio, Mr. Atinto.
7 straight points. Incredible from Paul D. You see here, this was the drive inside, a little gather, and then floats it up with the right hand, and then just confidently scanning the floor first, and then confidently pulling up for that 3-point shot on the right wing. You know, we've seen it in college. When he is on, he is definitely going to be on fire. Ito si Paul Desiderio.
Peñano had to adjust with Hogvist's length. Here's Desiderio. Nag-cut si Meneses. Oh, it bounced off his foot. Turnover.
Could have went for the shot there. Maybe a little heat check. I was surprised he actually went for that pass. Maybe so was Mark Meneses.
Martel able to blitz. So si Escoto, baba kay Peñano, travel.
That's good coverage underneath by both Humvist and Lian Martel, preventing Peñano enough space to operate on that baseline.
Coach Angelo Nebres wants his player to, itira na daw, sabi ni Coach Angelo.
Not that easy when you have a 6'10" guy in front of you and a guy like Lian Martel behind to try and block the shot.
Timajo is whistled for the personal. A difficult task to neutralize itong Paul Desiderio na mainit na sa simula ng ating game. And Paul wants the ball against Timajo again. Swings it over to Mactalio. Meneses wide open, takes the jumper, knocks it down.
And that's a jumper that he's been much more comfortable with in recent games. That perimeter spot-up jumper for Mark Meneses doing him wonders.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Mactalio.
You are still watching the MPBL. Coming from a huge win, the Cebu Greats are in high spirits. At sabi nga ni Paul Desiderio, yun kasi talaga yung lacking sa team namin nung dumating kami. That fire and motivation. Well, knowing Paul and the leader that he was and still is, he just knew that he had to take the initiative. Sa katunayan nga, he is supposed to be rested for 3 to 5 months because of his meniscus tear that he got when he was still in Abra. But he is showing to the boys na ngayon, kung kaya niyang ilaban to, so can they. And so far, nakikita naman daw niya na nag-work ang ginagawa ng team management and the veterans to push this team even further. Coming from a brutal fight yesterday, in Paul's words, magagaling ang kalaban pero mahirap talunin ang isang pamilya. One that Paul and the team is trying to build right now. So Delphin happy.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. And you can feel it, itong newfound, brotherhood, you can say. I'm sure at some points in their lives, nung nagkahiwalay sila dito sa Manila, but at some point in their lives in Cebu, naglaro sila together or they were part of a group, and that has made this transition easier as we check out this fast break of the game. Brought to you by Extreme X-Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke. Javi.
And it really is magnified in the way that they are playing on the court. You see how they're selfless with each other. They let that guy with a hot hand take the shot. They have no qualms about who gets the spotlight defensively. They're really communicating, although the past 3 possessions, Marikina has been able to get the best out of them. That's why they've been able to cut the lead down to just 3 points. However, this guy continues to remain hot.
Now, Paul Desiderio, 10 of the 12 points of Cebu coming from Paul Desiderio. Casajeros airballs the 3.
And it's crazy that he still continues to have high minutes. Ito si Paul Desiderio despite the knee injury.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Well, as they say, Abby, form is temporary, class is permanent. And Desiderio may pedigree the player.
He has embodied hard work all throughout his career, even the heart. We've seen it when he was with UP, led that Atinto revolution, and even showed that even if he is hurt, he's going to try his best. It showed that he can contribute to his squad, especially as a leader.
Honkvis able to receive, and Mactalio with another terrific assist para dito kay Ken.
I think this is a guy that they have yet to maximize. I still feel like Ken, mayroon pa itong maibubuga para sa atin. I think he still has something to show. You can't teach height. We say that a lot. Mactalio already saying he has 3 assists in this game, and we're going to see that right here against Carl Peñano.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Such a tough task, monitoring your assist tally and then playing as well. As Escoto able to sneak in for the 2 points. May foul pa on Mactalio.
But that's something to say about Mactalio. I mean, usually, especially I think growing up, a lot of us, we try to track our points when we were on the floor, kasi dati yung mga liga, wala rin naman talaga mga stats. So it was really pretty much up to you to try and count how many points you scored. As we saw that another...
Tapos pag uwi mo or pag nagkwentuhan yung tropa, diba, 7 points ka. Hindi, 10 ako eh.
Oo, ganun.
Double figures ako nun.
Itataas mo. Itataas mo.
3 puntos lang naman, Abi. Bigay ko na. Bigay mo na.
Kaya ngayon, na binibilang ni Mactalio yung kanyang mga assist, that's really something. Yeah, wala naman talaga akong naging duda dun sa vision ni Mac. Eh.
Playmaking abilities.
He's always been a splendid playmaker. It's just really the intention of when he is actually gonna set up his teammates.
Ontiveros knocks down the 3. Nice Ontiveros, son of a Cebuano hotshot, Don Ontiveros, part of that coaching staff now.
I think we're very lucky to witness once again Nice Ontiveros playing here in Manila. We were kind of robbed of seeing him in the collegiate ranks when he decided to forego his playing with, I think it was La Salle.
Yeah, De La Salle.
And now we're seeing him. He's very much comfortable with his hometown squad as well, and playing under his dad as one of the assistant coaches. I'm sure that's a lot of pressure, but I'm sure he welcomes the opportunity. I think he's a guy that welcomes the pressure, actually.
Absolutely. And Martel, one of the workhorses dito sa Cebu Greats. In a team like a June that has June Manzo and Mactalio, you need a Lian Martel. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. A player who can, is really willing to mix it up sa ilalim, get to those 50-50 balls, and defend like his life depended on him.
Tama ka dyan. I think it's a non-negotiable for every team to have someone like Lian Martel. Aside from the things that you mentioned, he's really a blue-collared worker. And aside from that, he's a very dependable scorer when you give him those drop passes. And he's also developed his arsenal through the years here in his MPBL career. Even at sometimes, you could depend on him to shoot that open outside shot.
Now Martel is whistled for the personal. Reeve Ogsang is coming in. And J. Ham return. First time in the game, pinalitan si Paul Desiderio. Had a really good start to this ball game. 10 of the 20 of Cebu galing kay Paul Desiderio. Escoto. Ubaldo. Kick out to Go. Nandun si Ontiveros. Go inside. He scores off the glass.
Ogsang might have been a tad bit too late in rotating to help Ice Ontiveros go up against Go on that play. But here Ontiveros trying to get those 2 points back, but in a much more difficult fashion.
It looks really light on his feet, no? To si Ice Ontiveros. Hindi mo na nakikita yung jitters ng unang laro niya dito sa MPBL.
He settled in.
Go, mintis ang kanyang tres. Hongquist with a rebound. Ontiveros has it. No look pass to Ogsang for 2.
Wow.
He can bring out the goggles for that.
He made everybody think that he was going to pass to the left side. His eyes were fixed on that left wing. Nobody was paying attention to the guy underneath who was wide open.
That's very unfortunate para kay Ken Hongquist. Sumakto sa pasa na nandun din si Ubaldo, and late challenge for him.
But good job as well by, I think it was Enrile who was able to kind of seal Hongquist on that baseline that kind of prevented his motion in moving forward to be on time for that recovery, or that rotation rather.
Baityong with the rebound. There's the Cebuano hot shot, Don Ontiveros. Still looking very young at
He doesn't look like he's aged, honestly.
yeah, he's already 40. 40. Hindi ko na ano yun si Consi. 26 to 18.
Marami pang nangangarap na maglaro ulit. Si D. Hunts.
Yeah, I would love to. Have to see him play,
That would be special.
Oh, join the ranks of Matt and Marlo Aquino, father and son. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Obaldo with the basket and high scoring first quarter, 26-20. Lamang ang Cebu, 2:14 left. Back inside the Astrodome in Pasay City. First quarter action dito between Cebu and Marikina. Good competitive game so far. Cebu needing this victory. Marikina also needs a victory, pero you know, the urgency you can feel with Cebu na gusto nilang makaangat dun sa ating South Division. They still have a really good chance. John Hamon for three. That won't go. It's really with the rebound.
Cebu has been a winner of 2 of their last 3 games. It's just really that game against the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys that kind of tarnished that 3-game stretch. It could have been a 3-game winning streak already for them and counting. And we have been talking about how it is imperative that they win the remaining games. I think what Cebu is very happy about right now is the way that their boys have really shown that kind of fight that embodies Cebuano basketball despite those losses.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Syempre, yung motto nila, make Cebu great again.
It all started with that game against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns when Coach Junti first took over. And they only lost by 3 points in that game. Only lost by 3 as well to Binyan in the following match. But then started to get that taste of victory against Imus.
Oh, look at June Manzo weaving through traffic. I like the move. June
Slicing
Manzo.
and dicing. That's what he's been known for. June Manzo, he loves it playing transition. It's so nice to have Manzo and Talio share point guard duties, but that time medyo baliktad yung pektos dun.
Oh, yeah, it was wide open. No? He was able to extricate himself from the defense. Lantayan.
And if Cebu is to really move forward and gain a spot in the postseason, it's important that they move on from misses like that and make sure that they get back down on defense despite leading, because you don't want teams in the upper half of the team standings, especially when you go in the postseason, to have those kinds of opportunities to get back and score a basket after a miss of yours.
Ang maganda na dito na nakikita ko sa Cebu, Javi, is that you know they are really in a good flow offensively.
Tama ka dyan.
I think defensively, there's a lot of room for improvement, but offensively, they're getting to their spots. They're able to, run their sets well, and that's why this is a 30-point first quarter para sa kanila.
And like I said, Sedelf, I've been saying it over the course of the past few games of theirs. It's really the selfless nature that, sabi nga ni Paul kanina, madali lang talunin ang team, pero ang pamilya mas mahirap talunin. When a team develops into a family, that bond just really escalates into a much deeper level that translates on the court. It's really important that you form that bond off of it to be a team that makes it to the next level, because if not, they're just going to be like any other team. and they are on a special mission. So to be a special team, they have to evolve, become a family, and that's what's gonna take them past the hump.
And mitis ang free throw. (31-22). 8.7 seconds remaining. It's a lane violation. Boom Boom Tampos comes in. Ito gusto ko rin yung contributions ito ni Boom Boom Tampos eh.
Naku, lalo na nung simula ng season natin. He was one of the guys that really held the torch for the greats.
Beichong gets another crack at it, and Alvin Beichong, another great pickup during the window. And what a quarter para dito sa Cebu Greats. 33 points ang binuhos nila dito against Marikina. It was a fast start, particularly para kay Paul Desiderio. Had 10 points in that first few minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, he set the tone for Cebu. Those early baskets really helped them keep Marikina at bay, because after those 10 straight points, Marikina was able to take advantage of some miscues offensively by Cebu, and they were able to come back and trim the gap. But the greats holding on and making those key baskets, even the second unit chipping in to help them have an 11-point lead going into the second frame.
This is the biggest win of Cebu this season, probably next to Caloocan. No, yung tinalo nila nung season opener nila, 100-94. Coach Junti Valenzuela was able to pilot this Cebu team to victory. They were up by 10, Javi, in I think with a minute and 21 left in that ball game, but grabe din yung balik ng Jensen. And then nakita natin na lumabas din yung poise nitong Cebu, led by June Manzo in the end game.
It was a character building victory para sa kanila, and I think it came at the right time for them, because it definitely tested the resolve in the closing seconds, and it helped them realize themselves that we can actually wreak havoc on the teams in the South.
Tampos, Mintis, Hamon inside. He draws the foul, and 2 free throws coming up para kay J. Ham.
Cebu is simply outworking itong Marikina sa laro na to. They're faster to the loose ball, so when the ball goes up, you could see a couple of green shirts already making their way towards it. But that time, what a nice hang time move galing kay Jomy Landayan on that left elbow. Here, Jan Hamon at the free throw line. Also one of the original members of the Cebu franchise this year.
33-24. J. Ham has bounced around the MPBL. Nagkaroon pa ng stint with Pasay din yan. He was a really, if you need scoring as well, off the bench, J. Ham is one of those guys na maasahan mo. So he and Alvin Beichong were providing that additional scoring punch.
He really fits that bill, and I think that was also one of the positives that Cebu drew from that game against Jensen. It was the production of guys like Baichong and Jan Hamon, although they got beat in bench points, but at least you now see that there are guys from that second unit who could actually contribute significantly to your production.
Ang ganda ng contribution ni Jayhan because he had a couple of three-pointers in that fourth quarter. And turnover here para kay June Manzo. 35-24. Nabigat. Mel gets it to Rafael Go. A three. That will roll out. Beichong with the rebound. Here's Hamon. The in and out dribble. Picks up his dribble now. Boom Boom Tampos. Ogsang will launch it. That won't go. Go with the rebound. Quickly to Jumel Landayan. Landayan stops and fires. No good. Inside, Mabigat able to score down low.
That specialty of the house coming from Mel Mabigat. Offensive rebound and then the putback. He's pretty hard to box out on the glass.
Beichong left-handed scoop off the glass won't work. A chance for Marikina to trim the deficit to 7 or even 6 now. Steven Codal, Luciano. On the left side, Mabigat, down low they go, Codal. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Codal inside, he will get the roll, Steven Codal.
He was very confident that he could make the better of that matchup. He wanted a clear out. He had Rivugsang on him. Obviously, he had the heft advantage. And right away, went down to work. A little back down and then the hook shot. Just basic post moves galing kay Steven Codal.
Manzo, Mintis. Codal and Beichong getting into it.
But June Manzo already missing 2 straight open layups. You see here, Beichong I think was thinking twice if he was going to help from behind or not. But in the end, just let Rivugsang deal with Codal single-handedly to no avail.
Ogsang, jumper won't go.
Oh my
Campos.
goodness.
No good on the stick back. Ogsang, no. And finally, Marikina able to secure the loose ball.
That's now a ton of misses from point-blank range for Cebu here in this game. We've already seen a number of them in the first quarter. Now, also in the second period, there's been quite a handful.
They turn the ball over, Marikina. Beityong to Ogsang, now with Manzo. Mark Meneses back on the floor. Meneses, it's short. Rebound nakuha ni Escoto. Escoto for 3. Meneses secures the rebound. On to Manzo. Manzo in the middle. Teardrop won't work. Meneses is blocked from behind by Timaho.
A good effort from Deo to run back on defense and lend a hand there to block the shot. Codal and Beichong continue to go at it. In fact, they fell to the floor after that shot attempt, but Cebu will keep possession here.
Meneses pops out. Talio to Boom Boom Tampos from the corner. That's good.
Wow. And that's another dime for Mac Talio.
Ubaldo on the move, and he scores on the layup.
That's the quick response there for Marikina. Oh, offensive foul given up there by Tampos, and Timaho looks like he's a bit shaken up.
Nice pass here from Luciano. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X-Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
The Cebu defense was there, but they were not set or just looking at the basketball. Adlawan was back there to defend the basket, but Ubaldo just making sure to find a way to score over the outstretched arms.
They are still reviewing it.
Yeah, we didn't really see what happened. It happened away from the basketball, right in front of the scorer's table. But referee Michael Kinay did not hesitate to blow the whistle. There you go. There was a little nudge, a little arm bar. I think tumama yung Siko eh. Wasn't enough to be upgraded, so it's just an ordinary offensive
We will
foul.
stand on the call. Offensive foul on Boom Boom Tampos is second.
Pangalawa na yan on Boom Boom Tampos. So Timaho, Ubaldo, Cudal, Escoto, and Luciano. Ang lima for Marikina. Adlawan, Talio, Tampos, Beityong, and Meneses. Escoto in trouble. Binigay kay Timaho. 3 seconds to shoot. Timaho trying to dump it to Cudal. It's a turnover. Talio ahead to Boom Boom, who was not looking.
Talio telling him to catch the ball with 2 hands next time. Could have been another opportunity for Cebu to run the break and hopefully extend this lead to double figures.
38-30. Escoto. Binigay kay Luciano. Now with Deo Timaho. Timaho will fire a 3 na block ni Meneses. Tampos leading the break. Beityong full steam ahead. Nabin Beityong more mobile.
Oh yeah.
Showing us na kaya niyang takbuhin din yung fast break na yun.
I think that was one of the things rin that Coach Junti made sure that he instructed to Alvin that may mga oras na kailangan rin niya sumabay sa fast break. And that's also to make sure that he gives the other team's bigs something to work on defensively, which in turn will give way to the guards of Cebu having some room to have some inside incursions.
Meneses, 3-on-2. Mark Meneses nearly climbed the ladder there. Our Casajeros, ganda ng depensa ng Marikina.
Wow. It really has continued that trend of point-blank misses for Cebu. 3-on-2 break, although I will not argue with that take because 3-on-2 break, you have the advantage there. They got the offensive rebound, but I would have loved a back pass to Dolan Adlawan because that could have been an easier 2 points.
That's an offensive foul on Casajeros this time.
So Marikina really hasn't been giving the ball up a lot, but it's really the misses that have done them in this game, especially from the outside.
Desiderio fires, and it's a wedgie.
There actually could be something wrong with that basket right now. Lots of unusual misses happening. This is a good pass again by Mac Talio, finding a wide open Paul Desiderio.
I like Mac Talio's decision making in this ball game.
Yeah, he's reading the defense as well because he's such a threat to score. You know, teams are really paying attention to him.
Timaho able to score. Good fast break run by Marikina there.
A little ping pong action.
Desiderio leans in. No. Timaho with the rebound. 39-32. Marikina so far getting the better of Cebu in this quarter. Peñano from close range. No. Rebound Beityong. Talio. Talio will fire a 3. Off the mark. Bigay kay Timaho. Leaves it to Escoto. Timaho gets it back. Finds Ubaldo. Ubaldo banks it in for 2.
Baichong that time overcommitted to that right side, and Ubaldo seeing that, use the angle to have that opening on the right for that hook shot off the glass.
Over 3 minutes to play. Baetiong now with Desiderio, and Casajero is able to draw the offensive foul on Baetiong.
Now it's Cebu piling up the turnovers here. A lot of tiki-taki fouls and misses also contributing to their frustrations. I think they just need to settle down here and go back to forcing some stops, disallowing Marikina those opportunities near the basket. Just like this one, they're getting a lot of chances inside the paint close to the rim. That's going to be a three-point play opportunity para kay Carl Peñano.
Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. It's been a struggle here in the second quarter para dito sa Cebu. Only 6 points on their part. 39-37 as Peñano completes the three-point play. The Greats are asking for a timeout. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Lamang ang Cebu ng dalawa. Binyan over Marikina in their last game, 75-52. And hindi naging madali itong panalo na to for Binyan, as we mentioned. And alam natin, you know, Marikina, they are a team that always competes regardless kung sino ang kalaban.
Yeah, they were in that game for quite a while, but Binyan just stamping their class on the Shoemasters, especially in the second half. Marikina will continue to fight whatever the score is. That's always been the culture established ever since the start.
Nandawan inside, he's fouled by Basco. Nasa penalty na ang Marikina.
Number 41, Marlon Basco's first.
39-37. Adlawan is at the line.
It's crazy that Marlon Basco, you know, he continues to compete and mix it up with the bigs here in the MPBL.
Oh.
At ang matindi pa dyan, hindi lang naman ito yung liga na nilalaroan niya eh.
Yeah.
He's also part of our Philippine team dun sa 45 and above.
Yes, a Masters.
World Masters, so
Desiderio from Talio, and Paul Desiderio has 13 points in the ball game, and some much needed basket para sa Greats.
those two guys have been playing beautiful music together in this game. Talio already with 6 assists, 6 of the 11 of Cebu in this first half.
Basco off the mark, rebound nakuha ni Mac Talio, looks ahead to Paul Desiderio, another open three, no. Rebound ni Martel, bigay kay Desiderio. 15 puntos na para kay Paul Desiderio, and the lead is back up to 8.
Paul's always been known to have that ability to score in bunches. That's why you can't keep him out of the game for so long, because if he misses a lot during the first 2 quarters, get him late into the game and you're sure to get this kind of production. But you're definitely going to welcome this if you get this kind of scoring dito pa lang sa first half.
45-37. Talio to Martel. He launches, no good. Adlawan with a rebound. Looking for a way through.
That's against Marlon Basco again. Coach Nebres is definitely not happy about that one because it was quite a late whistle also.
That one is at the line. Coach Nebres has been warned. Minute and 36. It's been an extended second quarter with the fouls on both teams. Adlawan, second free throw. 1 for 2 for Dolan. It's a 9-point game. 46-37, lamang Cebu. Casajeros uses the Basco pick. Mong pops out. Nandun si Mecca. Escoto thought about it. There's a double team. The steal by Adlawan. Dolan, look out. Oh! Dolan Adlawan drops the hammer. He's been waiting for that to happen. Dolan Adlawan for our Gixer. Great move of the game. Born for greatness. The interception and then the throwdown right here.
Perfect anticipation on the passing lane by Dolan Adlawan. I've been waiting to see this also for quite some time already. Sa social media, nakikita ko dun sa socials ng Cebu Greats sa practice talagang matindi ang dakdakan ni Dolan Adlawan. It's finally showing it in game here, helping Cebu.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. We're back here at the Astrodome in Pasay City. Head of Security Rudy Distrito, Head of Operations Emma Oreta and Satar Macantal in here. Mr. Kenneth Duremdes is also here. Uy! Uy! Sweet naman nun.
Ano nangyari? Di ko nakita
Sweet. Basta sweet, Abby.
Di ko nakita.
Hindi ka makarelate. Sorry.
Hindi ako makarelate. Kaya siguro di ko nakita. I think my
think,
subconsciousness just really let me veer away from viewing whatever was happening on the screen.
Do not give up on love. I tell you.
I'm not.
Do not give
Who
up.
says I am?
Do not give up. And wag mong ihayaan ang sarili mo na hindi mo makita yung mga ganung napakagandang bagay sa mundo.
Of course, you know, I would rub
Yan,
myself.
di ba?
Pala,
Yan sila yan.
Hello.
Yan, hello, yan. Date night at the Astrodome.
Nagpaalam ba kayo sa mga magulang nyo?
Nagpaalam yan, for sure.
Good, good.
Oo, nagpaalam yan. Ikaw ba, Javi? Nagpaalam ka ba kay mama mo?
Oo naman, siyempre. Importante nagpapaalam kayo sa
Next
mga
time,
magulang.
pakilala mo na, ha? Huwag lang paalam-paalam, ha? Martel, intis ang kanyang layup.
Yun na ata yung pagkakamali ko, hindi ko pinakilala.
Ang pinakilala mo, malamang hindi na nawala sa'yo.
Baka. Yun na ata yun.
48-37 ang ating score. Nasa penalty na yung parehong team. Ayun!
Kaya importante talaga hindi ka pwede maging complacent Kailangan aggressive ka Kailangan aggressive ka sa depensa, kailangan aggressive ka rin sa opensa.
Ang problema dyan, kung masyado kang aggressive, mape-penalty ka.
Ayun lang nga.
Ayun ang nangyari.
Kaso masyado naman ako complacent, wala na nangyari.
Oh,
Yun talaga yun.
kailangan sakto lang.
Oo, kailangan may balance.
Balance lang dapat.
Yun nga.
Paturo tayo kay Andrea next time kung paano natin mababalanse yung mga bagay-bagay sa mundo.
Alam niya ba yun?
Alam niya yan. Magaling yan sa balancing act.
Okay.
Alalahanin mo. Binibini yan.
Okay.
Ang dami pala natin binibini dito
Marami.
Oo, kita mo?
Actually,
alam niya.
Pero hindi nyo natatanong si Binibining Mika Abisamis ang pinaka-binibini sa kanila
Ay,
lahat.
yan talaga. Queen Beanie. Paul Desiderio looking for a way through. Palpal lang inabot kay Basco. Adlawan, no. Obaldo with the rebound and that will do it. And yun na nga. 10-point game at the end of the first 2 quarters dito sa Astrodome. Paul Desiderio rolling back the years here. 15 points in the first half, 6 of 10 shooting, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Had a really good first 4 minutes.
Back inside the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Andrea Endicio and right now we will be having our halftime interview together with Coach Jello Nebres, the head coach of the Marikina Shoe Masters, and of course, Coach Don Antiveros, the assistant coach of the Cebu Greats. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me here at the half. Unahin ko na muna si Coach Jello. Coach Jello, we have a very workable lead in front of us. What do you want to see from your boys come the second half para may angat ang ating score?
Siguro yung aggressiveness namin sa defense kailangan namin pang i-push. Then syempre medyo short kami ngayon dahil wala si Yutok. Pero we can see na kaya naman namin na sumabay with Cebu Greats ngayon.
And of course, we are expecting that and more mula sa inyong team para sa second half. Do you have any greetings or shoutouts? Go ahead.
Binabati ko si Coach Elvis Tolentino sa walang sawang pagsuporta sa amin. Mayor Man Chodoro, Congressman Marcy Chodoro, sa buong Marikina Council, sa Onyx Clothing, kay Boss Rianji Poquinto, at sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Marikina Shoe Masters, sa wife ko na nanonood, and sa parents ko na nasa bahay ngayon. Yun lang.
Alright, thank you so much, Coach. Dumako naman tayo sa aking kaliwa. Coach Don, nice to see you again. And Coach, nabanggit sa akin kanina ni Paul Desiderio na ang project daw ng Cebu Greats ngayon is to make your team more of a family. So what are the things or what are the efforts that you do outside of training to make that possible?
Well, I wasn't there the last time that they had a game. And right after that game, they traveled for more than an hour to spend time with Boss Sam. And we're doing the same thing come our game Nueva Ecija. So after a game, we try to spend time with each other, and we've been doing that ever since. Pero more like bonding even after practices. So it's really building that camaraderie and togetherness and being there for one another.
At mas naging evident nga po yan sa inyong game against Jensen. Alright, Coach, meron po ba kayo mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Of course, Boss Sam, Boss John, and those who continue to support yung Cebu Greats, labi na itong mga Bisaya, not only from Cebu but also from other countries. I was in Perth, Melbourne, and Auckland, and they were following us. They're following MPBL, of course, because of Cebu Greats. So we really appreciate the support.
Well, that is indeed very nice to hear. Maraming salamat, Coach, and that's it for our halftime interview. Magbabalik po ang MPBL.
Nakan.
Coach, feel ko pinapakitaan kayo.
Nagsidagol. Fade away, one-hander.
James Sena, 15 points in this game, and he is featured in our Gixer Great Move of the Game, Born for Great.
This has to be the play of the game.
Oh yeah.
Put it in the top 10. Number 10. Tapos Coach Egay. Reaction ni Coach Egay. Pero mo, yumuyo ko, natawa yan eh. Yumuyo ko.
Back to PJ. Against Joshua Yero. Gets past him and rolls it in. Cuts the lead down to 11.
What a finger roll by PJ. Getting past a couple of black shirts and scooping it up. Ibang klase yung finger roll na yun. Off-legged pa. Pero again, stretch na rin kasi yung mileage ng ibang players dito sa Cagers. Eh, no? Oh, what a finish!
Oh, Ramos had to improvise there. At he did that in successful fashion para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. A little run here being made by the guys in blue.
You know what I like about that? He was clearly decided that I'm going to challenge this defense of JJ Pido. And what I like also about it is immediately after he made that shot.
First basket of the game.
Pumayod siya doon at apat ulit ang labang sa Mindoro. Dipsy-do from Alfred Flores.
Very shifty. Yung galawan na yan na si Flores.
Play of the game brought to you by OneXBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Pactalio attacks, fakes off his defender. Wow, able to sneak that one through.
Oh man, that's what you miss about a Mactalio, you know? Guys will always say, you know, when you see Mactalio with the ball, he always is gonna find a way to score. And right here, you know, scoop underneath.
Yaping, balik kay Alfred Flores. Malayo ito, galing sa tres! On net! Gutsy shot from Alfred Flores.
I gotta wake myself up. Parang feeling ko, linggo pa rin eh. Naalala ko pa rin si Noy Remocat.
Alfred Flores has come alive here.
Was the first assistant, and then they brought in Coach Onak Magtulis and Coach Richard De La Rosa.
Oh,
Both of
okay.
their teammates during their championship run before. Whoa.
Where did that come from?
Somebody is letting out a lot of rage.
They've had enough of turnovers. Ball got stolen, but not this time. Go off Art and J-Boy Solis on the floor at the same time. Good cut.
Mactalio with a reverse.
That to me is really just understanding basic spread offense basketball. See this right here. Ball on the post. That weak side guy, 45, has to cut. And how about that control of Mactalio?
Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness. Coughs up the ball. 2 seconds remaining. Calo steps into a free. Knocks that one down to beat the buzzer. What a night for Eman Calo. May duda pa ba?
Hindi, isang quarter pa, pwede pa magbago isip natin. Pero sa quarter na ito, hindi magbabago ang isip natin that Eman Calo was definitely the best player.
Ah, parang wala lang. Talagang umiling-iling pa. Highlights of the game brought to you by
Masama pa yung
Siplas,
loob.
the official operation partner. Kani, left corner shot, no.
What a
Minus,
rebound.
climbing the ladder, puts it back in. And a foul whistle on Mindoro.
Say it with your chest, Mr. Minus. After a beautiful play for the second chance, tulad nga nung sinabi mo, inakyat yung mataas na hagdanan. Hindi lang yun, umangat pa ng malakas. 3-point play pa ang kasama.
enabled them to still make use of their possessions. Halos wala na sayang ng mga possession para dito sa Cebu. It's just that their turnovers also started to increase at the start of the second quarter, but they were able to hold down the fort towards the latter part of that period.
This was a 2-point game at one point in the second quarter, 39-37. And then, balik si Paul Desiderio, kaya maganda na naman ang tapos ng Cebu. 15 points para kay Paul D. Riv Ogsang has 4. So wala pang ganun ka-significant na contributor outside of Paul Desiderio dito sa Cebu. You expect June Manzo to up his production as well, and so is Mark Meneses. Both had 23 points in the last game. Timaho, and look at the Peichong take that ball away from Piñano.
Well, you talk about guys who need to step up and have significant contributions offensively. I think Alvin Baichong has had a very significant contribution in this game because of his mere presence inside.
Nice on Tiveros in pain right now. And a sportsman-like foul is called on R.R. Casajeros.
Let's see what happened here.
There's a long closeout.
Oh yeah, landing spot.
You have to give the player space to land, and he's limping. Nice on Tiveros, and it doesn't. Will he take the 3 free throws?
I think he's gonna just try and walk this off. Actually, it looks like he's gonna try and stay in the game.
Review shows innocent sportsman-like foul on number 22, R.R. Casajeros for landing
In
spot.
true Cebuano fashion, ipapagpag niya na lang ata
R.R.
ito.
Casajeros.
Ang layo ng tinahak ni R.R. Casajeros para sa closeout na yun.
Oh no, but I think it's gonna be a mandatory sub.
Yeah.
But the positive thing about this is Coach Junti gets to pick someone to shoot the free throws, and they're going to try and ride the hot hand in this game, which is Paul Desiderio.
Paul Desiderio, shorts niya, shorter than usual, Javi.
Yeah, actually,
Hindi ako saday.
mas mahaba pa nga yung isang side ng cycling shorts niya.
Sabi niya ba kanina, yung volleyball daw siya. Yung shorts niya, pang volleyball. Sa iksi.
Desiderio hasn't really put up astronomical numbers this season. In fact, only scoring 4 points per game this year.
And how many times has he breached double figures?
Not a lot.
I think a lot. No, started the season with Abra, by the way. Paul Desiderio.
He had to contend with a lot of players in his position for playing time.
Desiderio wants it against Deo Timaho. Paul. The step back jumper. Got it. 18 in the game para kay Paul Desiderio. You love what you're seeing from Paul Desiderio.
This is actually already his best game of the season. His season high this year are 6 points with Cebu.
Now, Alvin Beichong, it bounced off referee Marikina, and the referee is part of the playing court.
That's right.
Obaldo goes to Escoto. Now Timaho, they leave him open, and he makes them pay.
Cebu cannot relax and allow Deo Timaho to have those open looks. Prior to that, he's only scored 6 points in this game, but you can't let him get going sa laro na to, considering how he struggled in their last game. He definitely wants to try and bounce back, because that last game was the first time he scored in single digits in 5 games.
This is the fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split type air conditioning.
He really has been running the floor a lot sa laro na to, si Alvin Baichong.
Martel shoots. Too strong by Tiong. Saves it only to Ubaldo. Escoto quickly to Timaho. A three, yes!
That's the problem when you let him get one. He now has confidence to go up for shots like that, pulling up in transition. And the defense was actually also pretty much back down, allowed him space still to knock down that shot comfortably.
12 points now para kay Deo Timaho. Manzo, free throw line jumper is good.
It's about time for someone other than Paul Desiderio make shots here for Cebu.
56-44. Peñano. Timaho inside to Peñano using the right hand this time.
Nice patient execution there on the two-man game between Timaho and Peñano, with Carl finishing with his offhand. Wow, once again by Tiong running the floor, just missing a gimme. Cebu's missed a ton of those sa laro na to. Wow!
Jethro Escoto rattles that three home, and it was a jump shot na tres yun, ha?
Yes, sir. But it seems, you know, that always has been a shot that he has been licensed to take.
And why? Was that an offensive foul?
Looks like it, but they're going to review that last play. But this was the shot of Escoto, far out, a few feet away from that three-point line. He just stops on a dime, rises up, and goes up for that jumper in transition. A trifecta galing kay Jethro Escoto.
Holding foul on number 25, Rap Go is first.
So there's going to be a foul against Go. They nullify the basket. At Cebu will have possession again.
Meanwhile, let's bring in Andrea Indicio.
During the halftime huddle mula sa Cebu Greats, the conversation revolved around their tendency to take things easier after a win, which obviously should not be the case, but to which Marikina took advantage of in the first half. But the thing is, sabi nga ni Coach Jello Nebres, I see our defense, I see their effort in that area, but since we're quite short-handed, we need to focus on making our shots and really know where those points could come from. In terms of physicality, ang biro na lang ni Coach Jello, Cebuano po ang mga kalaban nyo, ha? Technically, his boys need to toughen up and match the toughness of the greats to turn things around. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Ganda na reminder na yun, no? Toughen up.
Yeah.
Because Cebu will not give you any easy baskets. As Peñano, though, able to find the mark inside the paint. Manzo, no good on the three. Martel tracks down the rebound. Desiderio will miss. Beichong inside. That's the third opportunity na binigay ng Marikina, and they make no mistake this time, the Cebu Greats.
If you have Alvin Baichong skying high for rebounds like that, and Marikina is just really watching that ball when it goes up.
Timaho spins, looking for a teammate. Nahanap si Escoto, and a foul on June Manzo.
At least now for Marikina on the half court, in the half court, you're now seeing a lot more off-ball movement that's challenging the off-ball defense of Cebu.
Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
They're making harder cuts, also quick to react to what the defense is giving them. And you also got to give credit to those guys with the basketball, whether it's on the block or from the outside, they're making the right passes.
5-point game. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Ganda ng balik dito ng Marikina, Javi.
Yeah, they're making quite the rally here, and they're doing it methodically.
Manzo is open, a three, yes!
However, if you want to sustain a run, you've got to make sure that you cover all your bases and not leave a guy wide open. That time, that was just too much real estate for June Manzo.
Hindi pumasok ang tres ni Escoto. Manzo is ahead. Go able to intercept Timaho stops at the three-point line and knocks down the three ball. That's the third para dito kay Deo Timaho here in the third canto.
15 points now in the game total para kay Deo Timaho. Going back to his scoring ways sa laro na to after going just 1 out of 9 dun sa kanilang huling laro against Binyan.
Beityong masyado malakas. They're trying to save it. It will stay with the green shirts. Here's the play right here, the extra pass from Martel. And all the time in the world para kay June Manzo.
Everybody was just stuck inside the paint. You got 3 white shirts down there in that shaded area. Nobody really near to try and challenge or even put a hand up on that shot by June Manzo.
Seconds on the shot clock here. Desiderio will fire and hit.
Simple baseline inbound. That was a triangle play, a little back screen, and then Desiderio coming out of that right side, freeing himself up on that left.
Manzo. Hamon from the corner, a three, too strong. And a foul on Adlawan.
I thought that pass was going to make its way to Paul Desiderio.
Same here.
And Manzo thinking twice about what he was going to do on that play. I think he realized that too. Sometimes even if you played together all these years, may mga oras talaga na mangyayari yan.
Yeah nga, no? Kahit gaano pa kayo katagal magkasama, minsan hindi talaga magko-connect all the time.
That's human nature, my friend.
Yes, yes. Manzo, another three. That won't go. Adlawan cleans it up.
That's what's been preventing Marikina from really getting back in this game completely. They already were able to trim the gap to just 5 points. Now it's back up to 9. It's those second chance opportunities, actually even third, fourth chance opportunities that they've been giving Cebu in this game that has been preventing them from coming back and making this a tie ball game. And now June Manzo being a little bit more aggressive here in the third in finding his shot. We were looking for someone other than Paul Desiderio to start putting the points up on the board. Right now, Manzo is the second leading scorer in this game for the Greats.
And this free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances na subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Manzo now with 9 in the ball game.
And Baichong getting a much-deserved rest after Manzo. He's the next leading scorer for Cebu. 7 points in the game, 8 rebounds as well para sa kanya.
Wow, look at the big edge of Cebu in rebounding. 42 to 23. And nakita natin mostly sa offensive rebounds na mamayani itong Cebu.
Tama ka dyan. And that's what's been giving them a lot more points because pag hindi tumatama yung mga tira nila sa labas or shots like that in the lane on the initial try, you got a lot of guys working hard to collar those offensive rebounds.
69 to 56 is the count. Nandayan. Fade away from Jomel. No. Last touch on the Greats.
It's always going to be a handful going up against a guy who's such a great ball handler like Jomel Landayan, also possessing the speed to be able to beat you off the bounce. But Mark Meneses, his long limbs enabling him to just really keep in step with a guy like Jomel Landayan.
They force a shot clock violation. Ito Cebu Greats. 2:20 remaining in the third. Balik sa Cebu ang bola. Now with a 13-point lead. This was down to 5 earlier in the third. Balik na rin sa laro si Mac Talio.
This defense of theirs is starting to gain a little more teeth.
Hamon is open. Another second chance opportunity para sa Cebu. And they cash in.
And you can't allow them those kinds of second chance opportunities. In fact, if I'm Marikina, I'm going to tell my players, if I'm Coach Angelo Nebres, you can't allow them any more second chance points, whether it's open three-point shots or shots inside the paint. You
Yeah,
got to get them on those first possessions.
Easier said than done here. Nobody boxing out. Three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Nobody's boxing out, but there are bodies inside. It's just really the lack of action that has done Marikina in this third quarter particularly.
Timaho. Tatlong tres yan dito sa ating third quarter. Already with 16 in the game. Like that's 17 for Deo. (72-58). Meneses gets it across to Brian Mecca. Talio. Yes, Casajeros. There's a switch here. Talio for three. Off the mark again.
Well, his shots have been well defended in this game. I think that's only his second or third attempt sa laro na to. But he has been playmaking to the best of his abilities. 6 assists for Spidermax sa laro na to.
14-point lead para dito sa Cebu. Minute and a half remaining here in the third. Casajero steps into this three and he gets it to go. Nabasa 11 ang lamang ng Cebu.
A defender going under the screen, allowing him that space to shoot. But can Marikina actually get the stop here?
Tayo to Hamon, another three, no. Rebound ni Casajeros. That time Marikina preventing the offensive rebound. Casajeros is fouled. And penalty na. Ito Cebu.
Actually, that was the first time, I think, in so many possessions straight already that Cebu actually was not able to get an offensive rebound. So Marikina able to do a good job in that last defensive sequence. At Casajeros missing a valuable free throw there. Oh, they've struggled from the line.
Dalawa yun.
7 out of 15.
Talio against Nandaya. Now with Meneses. Mac. 10 seconds to work with for Talio. And a foul whistled on Jomel Nandayan.
That's the last foul to give para sa Marikina. Talio was waiting patiently for Dolan Adlawan to be the one to set the screen there.
Wala pa rin free throw. Kala ni Mac may free throw na eh. Gusto na talaga tumira eh.
Nagpalit pa yun ng sapatos.
Hamon will launch it. Yes! Some timely hits galing kay John Hamon here in the second half. The same way he had some timely hits against Jensen last Saturday.
I don't care now if I'm not shooting well, if I'm Mac Talio. I'm giving my teammates all those good passes leading to those great shots.
RR. Oh, a big shot from Dino. Talio nearly made that one from half court. A good battle here between Cebu and Marikina. And after a slow start in the third quarter, and allowing Marikina to inch closer by 5 points, lumayo ulit ang Cebu, now up by 12. Highlights of the game brought to you by Simplus, official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
You saw Alvin Baichong make some good contributions in this game, Manzo. now taking over the scoring source para sa Cebu. Adlawan also helping on the glass, giving it to guys like John Hamon. Those second chance opportunities really preventing Marikina na makadikit closer sa laro na to. 75-64 ang ating tala heading into the final frame.
And that's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Let's go. Fourth quarter na tayo dito. Here in the Astrodome in Pasay City. Marikina versus Cebu. Cebu in the lead by 11. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. So F2 Plus kasama si Javi Palanya and Andrea Indicio.
You seem to be all pumped up all of a sudden.
Yes, I have to, Javi. If this game does not have a spark, I will provide a spark.
Nice to know that. I love that. So it's not just the caffeine, huh?
No. It's the need for it. Oh, another opportunity here sa second chance para dito sa Cebu. Adlawan. Ball knocked away by Jumel. Here's Nandayan. Dino. Timaho is there. Ball taken away by Mac Talio. Talio, the no-look pass to Adlawan. Adlawan inside. He's fouled by Enrile.
Mac Talio playing defense. Mac Talio facilitating. Am I seeing this? Is this really real?
It is. Believe me. Alam mo bakit? May highlights team si Mac Talio. May highlights. May taga-reels.
Kaya ginaganahan.
Oo.
Yun lang pala yun eh.
Ang matindi doon, ang gumagawa ng reels niya, sumabat pa kanina nung kinakausap natin. Sabi ko, gusto makipag-usap ni Mac Talio. Sabi ko, gusto ko nga eh. Gusto ko nga makita yun eh. Sabi ni Abby, depensa, pasa. Ano pa bang masasabi mo? This guy right here.
Baka ano, alam mo yung sa pagbibili ka ng app, baka free trial lang ito. Baka pagdating na ng bayaran, di wala na.
Hindi. Automatic.
Automatic cancel subscription?
Hindi. Magkikick in siya after 3 days. May bayad na. Pero kailangan mo i-input yung yung payment details. 76-64. Nandayan with the hesitation move. And a finish galing kay Jumel.
Sabi sa'yo eh.
Nice one. Tiveros has returned after twisting his ankle in the third period. Ice. To Mac Talio. Talio attacks middle.
Ooh.
Talio with a dipsy do. We have a highlight from Mac Talio.
Well, finally, something that his highlight team could work with.
Now, he can edit it properly.
Yeah, he could go through that single basket. Maybe time and time again.
That's a 30-second reel, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it down to 0.5 speed. He can make that a 30-second reel.
Timaho from the corner. That's good. And this guy has been piling up the highlights as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, he definitely has more highlights than Mac Talio in this game. No doubt about that.
78-69. Talio to Mecca for 3. Hamon trying to chase that loose ball. Nakuha ni Timaho. Goes to Landayan. Goes to the other side. Dino sidestep 3. It's short. Deo Timaho inside. Timaho underneath. No. Landayan for 3. Wala. Rebound Mecca.
Well, it's good that Brian Mecca stopped that run by Marikina in getting those offensive rebounds. for a time, his teammates were just kind of standing around.
Hamon in rhythm.
Now, John Hamon's been getting to it here in the second half. Those threes have been falling for him.
13 in the ball game para kay John Hamon. There's a foul on the driving in relay. That will be on Baetiong. This play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The hang time. Galing kay Mac Talio, and he's loving it.
The tongue is out as well. You know, I think that he has really been enjoying this slimmed down version of his. Noong una, siyempre, parang iniisip niya, bakit ko ba ito kailangan gawin? Sabi ko, pare, that's good. Kasi at least ngayon, nagagawa mo na ulit yung mga di mo nagagawa nung medyo mabigat-bigat ka.
Ako, I'll honestly, Javi, to be completely honest, mas gusto ko yung medyo, hindi naman sobra, but medyo lang.
Medyo.
Medyo may laman na Mactalio.
So this is too slim for you?
This is too slim for me.
Kasi ngayon, nag-reflex na rin ng abs yan.
Kaya nga it's too slim for me. But it's his body, it's his, syempre gusto niya, natin na, you know, he's healthier now, but again, nobody now can question the discipline and commitment of Mactalio as Paul Desiderio rings the bell with a three.
And
That
again,
he can do what he sets out to do.
tama ka dyan. And again, this also, I think, stems also from the fact that he's just very much at home as well, because sometimes it takes a lot for you to really have that motivation to slim down like that and be in better shape. But because he is such in a very comfortable environment, environment that he can call home, madali sa kanya na gawin eh. It doesn't seem like work to him.
Ontiveros will miss the three. Rebound ni Escoto. Timaho. Munti sa kanyang tres this time. Nice Ontiveros. Across half court. 5.5 minutes remaining. Paul Desiderio. Already with a season high 24 points. Desiderio lumapit. The drop step, and Paul Desiderio has 26.
I have a hard time seeing those moves in green. I usually see those moves in maroon.
RR on the three, no good. Mactalio. Here's Talio. Inside, Talio. That's what I'm saying, Javi. In previous seasons, that Mactalio drive, ginamitan niya na ng bangga ng konti yun, inikutan niya na, nakakuha siya ng foul, and then saktong-sakto na boarding niya na yun. But that time, he felt a bit light on his feet, had to jump earlier. So, you know, just a few observations on this slimmed down version of Mactalio.
Pero para sa akin, I think he's better in this kind of weight because he's able to break down the defense better. Dahil dati parang ang bilis niya mapagod eh. Nakakarami na siya ng dribble.
I think yun ang disadvantage.
Yun talaga.
But I think that version of Mac was a better breakdown player. Kasi parang ano siya eh, may yung hindi kasi kompleto yung galaw ni Mactalio kung walang bangga eh. And he's so used to that, and he uses that bump really to throw off the defender. But it is going to be an ongoing debate and discussion for me and Mr. Palanya, pero magbabalik muna tayo. Mag-break muna kami. Time out muna tayo. That's our fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Back here at the Astrodome in Pasay City.
This lead has ballooned back to 15 points.
And this is the schedule for Cebu. They take on Pasig August 12, August 16, Bulacan, August 23, Valenzuela, Javi.
Yeah, and you take a look right now at their current position in the team standings in the Southern Division. They're currently 6 and 15 right now. Ang nasa taas nila yung Sarangani, Imus, who are both at 8 and 13. And then you have Davao on top of those two teams at 8 and 12. So, again, I reiterate that Cebu can no longer suffer defeat at this point if they want to make it into the play-in tournament, because I feel like it's going to be hard for them to try and crack the top 8. But again, numerous things can happen with still a lot of games to play, and especially with all the tight situations that numerous teams are in. So the scenario for them really just doesn't change in that regard. They still definitely have to sweep the remaining games. And those next stretch of games, those 3 games that you just saw, are definitely very winnable games para sa kanila, especially with the way that they're playing.
88 to 73. We could see the first winning streak of Cebu. Look at Boom Boom Tampos rise up for that rebound.
Nice to see he hasn't lost his hops even after going through a couple of injuries the past couple of months.
Desiderio already with 26 in the ball game. Taps it to Manzo. Steps back for 3. Yes! Ibang klase. This is they are better versions of themselves.
Oh yeah.
These Cebu standouts. Manzo, Desiderio, Talio.
When they're playing with each other.
Yeah,
no?
because it's for Cebu. Martel with the hops.
And that's just the beauty of the league that we have. It gives players like them the opportunity to play with guys that they're so used to playing with, and for them to represent where they came from.
Oo, malaking bagay. Malaking bagay yun.
It just gives you a different sense of pride.
20-point lead now. Timaho to Escoto. He scores. There is a foul as well on Jun Manzo.
Oh, they were hoping that it would go against Deo Timaho, but Coach Angelo Nebres also taking out Timaho at this point. And looks like he's emptied his bench already here.
Yeah. Iano sa ilalim. And that's a basket para kay Carl Saavedra. His first basket of the game. And Cebu has asked for a timeout with 2:43 left. Up by 16. Marikina's next 3 games, all with winning records. Batangas, San Juan, and Rizal. Tough road ahead. 2:43 remaining. Cebu pretty much already getting this victory in the bag, pero Manzo is in trouble. Natapik ni Sabale and smart move galing kay June Manzo.
Well, this impending win will move them up to 7 and 15, so that puts them closer to Sarangani
Ganda naman
and
nun.
Imos. Wow!
Ganda nun ah. The pass and then the finish galing kay Lian Martel. Watch this, Javi. Desiderio, beautiful play here. And then, doon na siya nakaharap eh. Palabas na ng Astrodome eh. Bago tinutok sa ring.
Excellent cross screen set by June Manzo.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
And a lot of hang time, not just to make coffee, but also to buy some dessert.
Inside, Obaldo is fouled by Boom Boom Tampos.
Obaldo had a good start to this game. Was able to make up for his 4-point performance dun sa kanilang laro against Binyan. But ever since starting off with 8 points in the first half, he's only had 2 points since then.
Obaldo misses the first.
And Marikina kind of leaned on Deo Timajo a lot here in the second half. No other guy really pitching in to help significantly with the point production.
Desiderio goes to Manzo. Final 2 minutes of this ball game. Go gives up the foul. Napasa penalty Marikina.
Now, right now for the Shoemasters, it's all about just making it strong here in the end game. To try and finish this one on a high note.
96-78. There's the count. Inside they go. Desiderio. He could go for 30 in this ball game. Saavedra looking for Ubaldo. No. Manzo to Boom Boom Tampos. Balik kay June Manzo. Spins and scores.
That forward pass might have been just a little too deep already for Tampos, but he pulled it back out to June Manzo with an excellent drop step and score.
And Marikina still pressing here. Nakakuha sila ng steal dito. Saavedra for 2.
Yeah, I think this is something that Cebu can take out of the page of Marikina's book, that they shouldn't slow down even with a sizable lead. Because again, I like to say that it's all about habit forming, especially here in these kinds of situations, because ito rin naman yung dadalhin mo when you go up in tighter situations during different games.
Desiderio misses the 3. Saavedra to Sabale. No. Desiderio able to collect the rebound. And this should do it right here. Marikina already in penalty. Manzo will hold on to this.
Yeah, definitely a foul there. And that's going to be 2 free throws now for June Manzo. No doubt, one of the best games of Cebu this season, and a lot of great individual performances as well para sa kanila.
You know, Mark Meneses did not have the same impact as the game in against Gensan. Same with June Manzo, pero Desiderio naman ang nagpakitang gilas sa larong to. No? It's just the beauty of having a team like this. You know, June Manzo actually Another really strong game, no? 23 siya in the last game. Now it's 16. Make that 70.
And just his presence in the second half that really got them to hold on to the lead when Paul wasn't scoring for them. He took over, and his mere presence on the floor, his leadership, the way that he was able to rotate the offense and also affect the defense just with his vocal leadership was very important for Cebu in the second half.
14 of his 17 coming in the second half. June Manzo. Pero ngayon, si Sabale is at the line. Finishing touches for Cebu here. Two for two. And Coach Junti, nag-timeout pa siya dito because Marikina has been pressing them hard in the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, and you know, if I'm Coach Angelo, I wouldn't mind this timeout, especially because Cebu is trying to do better things moving ahead.
Pasay City will try to protect home court again as they take on the Quezon City Galleries Taipan. That's our main game ngayong Huwebes. Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes, Head of Operations Emer Oreta, and Head of Security Rudy Distrito. And 22 seconds remaining. Trying to come up with something here. They do come up with something.
Perfectly executed play off the timeout there. Stacked on the right side, and then you had some misdirection happening, and Ontiveros delivering a nice pass to Mark Meneses.
That should do it. Cebu Greats with back-to-back victories. This time against the Marikina Shoemasters. The Greats slowly but surely trying to climb up the team standings in the South. And finally, their efforts lumalabas na, nagbubunga na dito sa kanilang season sa MPBL.
Yeah, a first win streak in a while para sa kanila, able to
First of all, congratulations, Paul, for making another career high performance. Alam natin na nung game yun ng Gensons, ang ganda ng inyong pinakita. Na-feel mo ba na medyo bababa yung energy ngayon? Kaya simula pa lang ng game ay nagpainit ka na.
Ginawa ko lang yung game plan namin at saka sinuklian ko yung kumpiyansa ni Coach Junti na binigay rin sa akin.
Meron ka bang gustong sabihin sa dalawa mong bodyguard sa likod?
Nagpapasalamat ako sa dalawa kasi yung dalawang to yung nag-recruit sa akin sa Cebu rin. So thankful ako sa kanila.
Also, during the halftime, medyo dikit pa yung laban noong first half bilang isang vocal leader. Paul, anong sinabi mo sa iyong team?
Well, kailangan namin i-sustain yung energy kasi naghahabol kami sa standing. So, yun, ginawa lang namin yung game plan, yung defense, especially yung defense. So, yun, nag-ano naman.
Parang may gusto silang sabihin kay best player Paul Desiderio. Una ka na, Jun.
Wala, dapat galingan niya palagi. Atin to. Atin to.
Alright, pero kapag gusto batira pa sa labatan?
Binabati ko si Uncle Sam, si Ma'am Arlene, si Sas, yung pamilya ko, si Apple, si Tikboy, yung mga tito ko, Tito Chingchao, Tito Brian, Tita Ibon, yung tatay ko, si Abner, si Takati, at mga pinsan ko, taga-Liloan, Cebu.
Once again, that was our best player of the game brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Congratulations, Paul Desiderio and the rest of the crew. The Cebu Greats with a wonderful win. MPBL career high para kay Paul Desiderio. 28 points. Yes, Mr. Desiderio. Congratulations. Now up next, Quezon City takes on Pasay dito sa Astrodome. We will be right back for our main game ngayong Webes.